Namaste children. Last class we have studied about the evidences of evolution. So today we are going to study theories of evolution in the lesson Origin and Evolution of Life. Theories of evolution. So in this what they have given, they have said that life was evolved along with the evolution of the earth. So when the earth is started to evolve, life also started to evolve. So when does this occur? At the end of 18th century. So for evolution, they have given two definitions. What are they? First definition. The evolution is the gradual change occurring in living organisms over a period of time. So again I say, evolution is the gradual change, not the sudden change. Slowly it is changing. Evolution is a gradual change occurring in living organism over a period of time. Next, formation of new species due to changes in specific characters over several generations as response to natural selection is also called as evolution. Again I repeat, formation of new species. So new species are formed. Why they are formed? Due to the changes in specific characters. So certain specific characters are changed. So new species were formed over several generations. When does this occur? After many generations only this occur. Why it occur? As a response to natural selection. Nature itself will select certain organisms. So if they develop specific characters, they are formed as a new species and they are evolved into a new organism. But if they do not adapt to the natural environment, then they will not survive and they will die. So this is the explanation for this evolution. So in the theories of evolution, two theories we have to study. What are they? The theory that is proposed by Lamarck is called as Lamarckism, and the theory which is discovered by Darwin is called as Darwinism. So first we'll study about Lamarckism. So Jean-Baptiste Lamarck is a person. He is a French naturalist. He only discovered Lamarckism. It is also called as Lamarck's theory of evolution. So this theory of evolution was published in Philosophic Zoologic in 1809. So as soon as he published, he also called it with other names. What are the other names for the Lamarckism, that is Lamarck's theory of evolution? It is also called as theory of inheritance of acquired characters, use and disuse theory, Lamarckism. So I'll explain why these names are there for this theory. So you know that because of the scientist Lamarck, the name Lamarckism is there. Now let me explain about the principles of Lamarckism so that you can understand why it is named so. First one, internal vital force. So Lamarck said that living organisms have some internal vital force in them, that is, living organisms or their component parts, they tend to increase in size continuously due to inherent ability of the organism. That is, they are able to reproduce. While they reproduce, the characters from the parents are inherited to the offspring. So you know this thing. So Along with the inheritance of characters, the ability to increase in size continuously also is passed on or transferred or inherited to the other generation. So this is called as internal vital force. There is some internal vital force present within the organism which tend to increase in size continuously, and this is due to inherent ability of organism. So this is the principle, first principle. Next principle is the environment and new needs. That is, due to the change in the environment, there is a change in need of the organism too. The organism need to change itself according to the environment. You know, that is the adaptation process, isn't it? Then, for this, the organism have to develop certain adaptive characters. So, for example, it may develop a new part of the body also. So, again I repeat, due to the change in the environment, the organism need to change itself and it need to develop some adaptive characters. As a result, it will develop some new parts of its body. So this is the second principle. And the third principle. What is the third principle? Use and disuse theory. So what this theory states? It is called as use and disuse theory, no? So what this theory states is the third principle. It states that if an organ of a particular organism, if a part of a particular organism is used constantly again and again repeatedly, if that particular organ is used by an organism, then it develops well and gets strengthened. Example, giraffe. So you know that giraffe is having long neck now, but do you know what happened before? So the ancestors of the giraffe, that is before the giraffe, before long back, the giraffe's ancestors, they had short neck and short forelimbs only. But how it changed to long neck and long forelimbs? It is due to this, that is, there was shortage of grass in those days. So the giraffes were forced to feed, to eat from the trees, from the tall trees they need to eat because they have to survive. So continuously they stretch their neck and their forelimbs. So as they stretched continuously and that character is inherited, they develop the long neck and long forelimbs after generations. After several generations, they develop the ability to have a long neck and long forelimb. So this long neck and long forelimb are the examples for constant use of an organ. Then, what this disuse theory states? So it states that if an organ or when an organ is not used for a long time, it gradually degenerates. Slowly it will not be in use. It will go off from the body of the animal. For example, the wing of the kiwi. Here the wing of the kiwi is the organ of disuse. Kiwi is not able to fly, isn't it? Why? Because it did not use its wing to fly. So slowly, generation after generation, the bird itself became a flightless bird. Okay, children, can you understand this one, use and disuse theory, this point? Yes. Next we go to the fourth principle, that is theory of inheritance of acquired characters. What does this mean? See, the change in the environment leads to the animal to respond for the change, isn't it? If anything is hot, we will respond and we will sweat, isn't it? Same way, the animals also respond to the change in the environment. As they respond, what will happen? They develop adaptive structures. This you already studied. Now, the characters developed by the animal during their lifetime in response to the environmental change. Again, I repeat, due to the environmental change, the animals develop some characters in their lifetime, isn't it? So, these characters are called as acquired characters, and these characters are transmitted to the offspring, to their children. Generation after generation, they are transmitted. By what? By inheritance. Due to the inheritance, it is transmitted. This was said according to the Lamarck. Lamarck said that the characters developed by the animal during their lifetime in response to the environmental change are called as acquired characters, and it was transmitted to the offspring by inheritance. So these are the principles of Lamarck. By this, Lamarckism is over, children. Now, in the next video, we'll be studying about Darwinism or theory of natural selection. Thank you, children.